Good morning, everyone. My name is Roopam Jha, Senior Mentor at Prepp IAS. Today is 4th of August, and I welcome you all in a series on what to read in the Hindu newspaper. While decoding any article in today's newspaper, we will not only see it from the perspective of prelims, mains, but also try to understand the key theme regarding it and how and where it can be interlinked with other GS papers as well. I am here to align your newspaper reading with GS syllabus. So let's get started. The very first article that is worth our attention in today's Hindu newspaper is about biofortified potatoes to hit Indian markets soon. So the key theme that is being seen from this particular article is use of biotech, right, to combat hidden hunger and malnutrition. This is relevant for the perspective of GS paper 2 and GS paper 3. For GS paper 2, health and nutrition is to be seen, while for GS paper 3, science and technology, specifically biotechnology, and agriculture per se is to be seen from this particular article. For prelims, the relevant points that have to read and understand is about what is biofortification, its concept, example, any other crops do we have that we fortify as of now, then several schemes launched by government to combat malnutrition and hunger. For example, Poshan Scheme, FSSSI's Eat Right movement. What are the organizations involved to give approval to biofortification, such as ICAR, then CIP, International Potato Center, etc. For mains, this particular article is to be seen in with regard to role of biotechnology in improving nutritional security of India. What is the hunger index that India has been ranked this year? Public health integration with digital innovation. This angle can be seen. What are the ethical concerns regarding it? Bottlenecks with regard to regulatory opportunities and farmer access. Is it equitable or concentrated region specific? Other GS paper that can be linked from this particular article is GS paper 1 society. In under it, hidden hunger is the concept that can be linked here. What is hidden hunger? Malnutrition. For GS paper 2, targeted nutritional intervention to cope up the hunger issue that we are facing right now. GS paper 3, climate resilient and high nutritional crops, that is to be seen from this particular article. So this is all for this particular article that we have to open up with regard to dimensions. The next important article that is worth our attention in today's Hindu newspaper is on editorials page, and it talks about the right to repair must include right to remember. Now, the key theme here is about expanding digital rights to include memory and data preservation. So this particular article is relevant for GS paper 2, GS paper 3, and GS paper 4. For GS paper 2, with regard to governance part, right? For GS paper 3, technology, e-waste, generation and its management. Do we have any regulation with regard to it or not? Then consumer protection per se. GS paper 4, this can be seen from the angle of ethics in technology. For prelims perspective, what are the things that we need to know from this particular article is about right to repair movement, its origin and legal backing, if we have. E-waste management, what is e-waste, the quantity India produces, the regulations India have implemented so far. Then we have digital public infrastructure in India. Have we created it or not? Few examples with regard to it. If we have any reports published from our ministry or the government sites so far, that can be linked from this particular article and is to be read. For mains perspective, ethical concern around data protection, technological sovereignty, consumer rights versus corporate interest. These are the things that needs to be seen from this particular article. It can even be interlinked with other GS areas, such as GS2 polity, wherein fundamental rights, that is right to information and privacy, right to repair, right to remember, can be linked. Then GS4, ethics in AI, digital design and accountability is to be seen from this particular article, right? So these are the areas and angles we have to dig deep while reading this particular article. Moving on, another important article that is worth our attention in today's paper is about another slip by India in trade pact with UK. This is relevant for India-UK relationship IR paper. For GS paper 2, IR, and GS paper 3, economy as well. Because the trade pact or the FTA that we have signed with them, there are several sectors that we have opened up for in that actually concerns our economy, right? So the key theme is India-UK relationship. For prelims perspective, the area that needs to be keep in mind while reading this particular article, what is the trade figures that we have with UK and India, exports and imports and everything. Afterwards, terms like most favored nation, what is it? What is rules of origin? Bilateral investment treaties, what are these? So these are the concepts that needs to be keep in mind while reading for prelims relevance. While for mains, we have to see it from the angle of FTA negotiations and the bottlenecks and the concerns that we have right now about the trade pact that we have signed. Trade-offs in protecting domestic market versus global integration. Impact on MSMEs, service, IP regimes, etc. Right. From other GS papers that this particular article hold relevant is of GS paper 3, economy, India's trade competitiveness, logistics index, right? So several reports that is being released with regard to the economic part. Then post-Brexit diplomacy, the which the UK is trying to forge. Then Commonwealth relations of India and the Commonwealth Union as such. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind while going through this particular article. Moving forward, the next important article that we have to see from today's Hindu newspaper is about how will railway to Sairang help in regional connectivity. Now, this particular article is relevant for GS paper 1, geography, that is transport infrastructure, and also the river and its tributaries. GS paper 2, governance, regional development that happens in the northeast region. GS paper 3, infrastructure and internal security concerns and opportunities. So the key theme here is about enhancing northeast connectivity and integrating it with other East Asian countries. For Prem's perspective, the theme that we have to keep in mind while reading this particular article is about map-based questions with regard to river and its tributaries, the order east to west and north to south. Then Zoram Mega Food Park that is being developed there. Then special projects announced under the Act East policy and Northeast Special Infrastructure Development Scheme so far. These are the things that needs to be kept in mind while reading this particular article. When it comes to mains, so what is the strategic importance of Northeast connectivity? So this can be seen from the angle of GS paper 3. Then what is last mile infrastructure and social integration when it comes to the movement when we see Act East policy happening on ground? And disaster resilience, because we are trying to create infrastructure in the northeast region, and they are hilly in region prone to disaster. So the infrastructure there needs to be created should be of disaster resilience. Then land acquisition hurdles there, because tribal land is involved when it comes to creating infrastructure. So schedule 5, schedule 6, these special provision with regard to the statutory laws that we have made so far. So these are the things that we need to look into. Other things that can be seen from this particular article is Northeast insurgency, the connectivity project that we have launched, cooperative federalism in development. So this is how this particular article is to be covered holistically, right? Moving on, the next important article that is worth our attention is Court begins Hasina's trial over crimes against humanities. So this is relevant for IR paper under GS paper 2. So Bangladesh is very much in neighborhood to ours. We share one of the largest neighbor border with Bangladesh. So Sheikh Hasina's government has always been said to be pro-India in nature. Her stance is supportive of India's. But right now, the regime has changed over there. And what are the issues that we are now facing after Hasina's exile from Bangladesh? The issues that we are having, they are to be seen. The crime and atrocities committed by the Bangladeshis on Bangladeshi Hindu, how the ripple effect and the repercussion is being seen in the form of India, then the future aspects of India Bangladesh relationship as such. From GS paper 1, the mapping part can be seen over there. The internal security threat under GS paper 3, that can be seen over there, because rising radicalization is a cause of concern to our West Bengal province there. So in this manner, this particular article is to be seen holistically. So this is all for today's Hindu newspaper. We'll see the other aspects of Hindu newspaper in tomorrow's series. So see you. Goodbye till then.